They don't teach you this in school. Your parents probably didn't know it. And society will do everything it can to make sure you never figure it out. But if you don't dismantle this one belief, the one you didn't even know you had, you will stay broke. Not because you're lazy, not because you're not smart, but because your internal operating system is rigged against wealth. The belief that money is earned through effort alone, that the harder you work, the more you should earn, that sweat equals success, that struggle is honorable. You were taught to believe that if you're not grinding, sacrificing, or pushing past your limits daily, you don't deserve abundance. That wealth comes from labor, from time, from toil. This belief is so deeply embedded that most people never even question it. It sounds reasonable, fair even, but it's a lie. A perfectly engineered lie that keeps employees compliant, keeps visionaries small, and keeps generational wealth locked away from the masses. Where did it come from? It was handed down to you, not maliciously, but blindly from your family, your teachers, your culture. It's in the language we use. Phrases like earn your keep, money doesn't grow on trees, or you have to pay your dues. These weren't just sayings. They were spells, psychological scripts, and they lock you into a world where money always equals time, and time is always limited. But here's the truth. The rich don't believe that. Not at all. The wealthy operate from a completely different paradigm. They don't think in terms of hours worked. They think in terms of leverage, ownership, positioning. They've built a mindset that values outcome over effort, strategy over sacrifice, results over hours. Think about it. Jeff Bezos isn't rich because he works 100-hour weeks packing boxes. He's rich because he built a system that works while he sleeps. Elon Musk isn't wealthy because of his overtime. He's wealthy because of the ecosystems he owns. Wealthy people detach income from effort. They create assets that multiply. They build machines, systems, content, investments that compound without needing them to clock in. And here's what most people miss. This isn't just about money. It's about identity. If you believe that wealth must be earned through sacrifice, then you will subconsciously sabotage any opportunity that feels too easy. You'll undercharge. You'll avoid passive income. You'll feel guilt when things start to flow. Because on a deep level, you don't think you've earned it. And so you'll push it away. You might not even realize you're doing this. But look closely. Have you ever had money come in unexpectedly and felt strangely uncomfortable? Have you ever started succeeding, then suddenly got sick, distracted, or overwhelmed? That's not coincidence. That's programming. A part of you has been trained to reject ease. The most powerful shift you can make is to replace the belief that hard work equals money with this: value creates wealth. Not time, not grind, not sacrifice. Value. If you provide value, whether through a product, a service, an idea, or a system, and you do it in a way that scales, wealth becomes inevitable, but only if your mind allows it. This is where things get real, because it's not just about information. You already know about passive income. You've heard of real estate, digital products, investing, automation. But if your core belief is still that money must be earned through pain, you'll never act on any of it. Or you'll self-sabotage when it starts working. You'll keep resetting back to struggle. So how do you break it? First, you have to notice it. Start observing your thoughts. When someone around you makes money easily, do you admire them or do you judge them? Do you feel envy or inspiration? That reaction reveals your core programming. Then go deeper. Where did that belief come from? Who taught you that money must be earned the hard way? Whose voice is still echoing in your head when you try to level up? Next, you replace the belief, not just mentally, but viscerally, through action. Start doing things that generate income with less effort. Start small. Maybe it's launching a $7 digital product, or investing in something that grows without your daily input. Prove to your nervous system that ease and income can coexist, that making money doesn't require you to suffer. Finally, immerse yourself in a new environment. Surround yourself with voices, mentors, and content that normalize effortless wealth, that celebrate leverage, that break the cycle of glorified burnout. Because beliefs are contagious, and you need new ones. This won't happen overnight. But every time you choose leverage over labor, every time you question a belief instead of blindly obeying it, you chip away at the old code. And over time, your life begins to reflect a new truth, that you are allowed to be wealthy without breaking yourself. That ease is not laziness. That freedom is not greed. That wealth is not reserved to the few. It's accessed by the aligned. And that's what no one told you growing up. That the real secret isn't hustle, it's belief. Because once your mind accepts that money can come from ease, strategy, and value, your actions change. And when your actions change, your results become unstoppable. This is the fork in the road. You can cling to the old story and keep chasing dollars with exhaustion. Or you can choose a new path, one that honors your time, multiplies your value, and rewires the belief that's been keeping you broke. Because once the belief dies, breakthrough begins. If you're ready to build wealth on your terms, not through burnout, but through brilliance, now is the time. Subscribe for more videos that decode the mindset, systems, and strategies the wealthy don't want you to know. There's a reason this belief is so hard to break. It's emotional. It's tied to your self-worth. We've all been praised for hard work since childhood. We got approval when we stayed late, suffered in silence, and earned it. So of course it feels unnatural to shift into a mindset where money can come from clarity, not chaos. But the truth is, every time you choose clarity over hustle, you reclaim your power. Let's look at how this shows up in real life. Imagine two people. One works 60 hours a week at a job they hate, earning just enough to survive. The other spends a few focused hours creating a digital course or licensing a skill. The second person may earn 10 times more with far less effort. Why? Because they built something that scales. They stopped believing the old story. Here's the key distinction. Wealthy people build income systems. Average people chase income events. Systems are repeatable, automated, and strategic. Events are one-off, effort-heavy, and exhausting. If your only way to make money requires you to constantly show up, you don't have income, you have a treadmill. And the moment you stop running, everything stops. But systems? Systems keep going. Systems work while you sleep. Systems let you earn even when life happens. And the only thing stopping most people from building them is belief. It's not ability. It's not intelligence. It's not opportunity. It's mindset. You don't need to become someone else. You just need to start seeing money differently. So ask yourself this: what if wealth didn't require struggle? What if the real work was releasing the belief that you must suffer to succeed? What if your value isn't measured by exhaustion, but by impact? Let that question sit with you. Let it burn through the old code. Because the moment you shift this belief, not just in your mind, but in your bones, the world responds. New ideas flow. New people show up. New results appear. Not because the world changed, but because you did. And that's the secret. The belief that's been keeping you broke is only as strong as your attachment to it. Break the attachment and you break the limitation. So now the question is, are you willing to let go of the struggle story? Are you willing to become the kind of person who receives ease, acts with precision, and builds wealth from alignment instead of anxiety? Because the life you want is waiting on the other side of one belief. And this is your moment to choose. Subscribe now if you're ready to rewrite your wealth story and start building the life you are meant to live.